Namaste, welcome back or welcome to Mindfully Yoga. My name is Ron. I'll be guiding you through this practice today. So today's practice is stretching our, not stretching, opening up our shoulders and just the back of the neck and just the upper back a little bit maybe. Main reason is that we tend to carry a lot of stress in our shoulders. A lot of the time we're seated or we're using devices, which is our smartphones or our tablets. So it's really good to every now and then give some love to our shoulders as well. So you can do this seated on a chair or a couch at home. You don't have to sit on the floor. I'm seated on a block right now, so if something like a block or a book that helps you elevate your hips a little bit, that can help as well. It just helps me sit a little bit straighter. I have got really tight hips, so this really helps. So let's get started. So the first one we'll do is we just sit tall, bring the hands onto the knees or the thighs, depending on the way you're seated. We'll lift up the left hand, place it on the right hand side of the head, and then gently pull the left ear towards the left shoulder. So the right is going towards the ceiling. Now, your eyes can be open or it can be closed. Whatever feels good. And this stretch is good for the vagus nerve as well, which runs from the cranium all the way into the body and helps calm the nervous system. And then come to sit straight. And then gently we take the right hand towards the sky, bring it on the outside left hand side of the head, and then gently pulling the right ear towards the right shoulder. This feels good. Reminds me of my days when I was in the corporate job. So I worked in the corporate world for more than 17 years that I can count. Roughly 20, let's say round it up to 20 years. One more breath and then sit tall. For the next few breaths, what we're going to do is we're going to lift up the shoulders towards the ears on the inhale, and on the exhale draw them down, doing a backward circle with our shoulders. So my corporate job involved a lot of sitting. So first half of my corporate career I was an accountant. So I did my CPA, did my studies, did my bachelor's in accounting, and I became an accountant. Did that for many years. I can assure you now, not one day did I enjoy it, but it was just a good way to pay the bills. And then just relax. Now yogis, we're going to bring our right hand across to our left knee. Left hand will go and wrap into a half bind. So we'll bring it around the back. And then we just twist to the left hand side. And again, we don't want to go too deep. We don't want to look over our shoulder. We just look to the left hand side. And notice how the shoulder feels. Just bringing all our attention to the shoulder. One more breath. And let's come back to center. And we swap. We'll bring our left hand onto our right knee, wrap the right hand around, and look over the right shoulder. So after many years in accounting, moved into a career into sales. I was working with a very good boss, and he recommended that I work in sales, which I kind of enjoyed much more than I did accounting. And roughly 7 years ago, I started feeling that maybe a corporate career is not for me. So let's come back to center. And we'll bring our hands to heart center. Let the palms touch. Spread the fingers out wide. and bring the thumbs to the sternum and then lift the elbows. So we're bringing the forearms parallel to the ground and then gently we'll twist to the left hand side. And again, notice how it feels on our shoulder blades, right at the back. Come back to center and we go to the other side. And then coming back to center and release the hands. And this time just a gentle twist of the head to the left hand side. Come back to center and then to the right hand side. Then we'll bring both hands towards the sky, sit tall, bring the palms to touch and then turn the palms away so the back of the palms are touching and then gently interlace the palms with each other and really sitting tall and then twisting to the left hand side, keeping your gaze in a diagonal line towards the floor on the left hand side. So 7 years ago when I decided that maybe a corporate career is not for me, I also realized that I also don't know what to do next, which is a bit of a worrying thought at the time. We'll come back to center and then just bring the hands down. We cross the elbows towards each other and touch the opposite shoulders. Very nice. And then let the hands go. Reach up for the sky. Palms again face from each other and this time the opposite palm on top of the other. And then twist to the other side, so to the right hand side. And that's when around 2016 that I started practicing yoga regularly. I practiced as a child, growing up in India every now and then, but never really got into it. And that's when I started regular yoga and meditation practice. So roughly 5.5 years ago, can't pin down the exact date. One more breath. Come back to center and let the hands go. Bring the hands to the opposite shoulders and then just let the hands go. And this time, placing the hands either on the thighs or your knees, the way you're seated. On the inhale, we'll round the upper back and tuck the chin into the chest. On the exhale, we'll straighten the spine. So we want to round the upper back and shoulders as much as possible. We do 5 more rounds. Inhale. And again, this is a slow and conscious movement. We don't want to go too fast on this. It feels really nice when you marry the breath to your movement. Brings us into the present moment. Very nice. And this time, we'll take the hands out in front and then out to the side. And we place the left elbow under the right. And then we can do an eagle bind with the hands or place the hands on the opposite shoulders. Lift the elbows to bring the elbows in line with the chin. And then gently taking a back bend, looking towards the ceiling. So we don't want to put any pressure on the neck. All we're doing is just looking up towards the sky. 2 more breaths here. Come back to center and then place the forearms on top of another first. We will slide the the hand at the bottom, so might be different. My left hand is at the bottom, so sliding the left hand out on the outside of the right elbow and letting the left hand face the side of the room, so it's kind of snuggled against the elbow. And then I'm just going to straighten the right forearm. Inhale, exhale, bring it back down. 4 more times. Inhale, exhale. I've lost count. I think there's 2 more left. Enjoying it too much. And then we swap. Bring the other hand out, palms face the side, and then we do the other hand. Inhale, exhale. Again, 5 reps. This time I'll try and keep count. I get talking and I lose track. 1 more. And come back to center. Release the hands. And this time, lift the shoulders towards the ears and forward rolls. Drawing the shoulders away from the ears on the way back down. So yes, I started practicing yoga and mindfulness regularly, and before I know, I was studying to become a yoga teacher as my retirement plan. And then before you know, I brought the retirement plan forward by many, many years. And then relax the shoulders away from the ears. Sit tall with your spine for just a couple of breaths. And any movements that you feel like making. Bring the hands to heart center, closing the eyes. A soft inhale and a soft exhale. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. And if you like the practice, I'll appreciate and be grateful if you could please like the video and subscribe to my channel. Wherever you are in the world, hope you'll have a great morning, an amazing afternoon, or an awesome evening. I will see you soon on the mat. Namaste.